There's a blind man standing in the middle of the road, halfway there and halfway to go. Cars to the left and cars to the right, can't see nothing but he ain't lost sight of his goal.
Brandon Holder, and I play with Dustin Pittsley, and I also played with Leon Russell in his band for 10 years. So.
I'm Dustin Pittsley, and I played with the Dustin Pittsley Band. We did Jimmy Byfield, Can't Jive Enough, and did Tom Skinner, his
Blind
song,
Man.
Blind Man. There's multiple writers on that song, but we say Tom Skinner.
That's the one I played on. I didn't play on the other one. I'll tell you why we did it though. Me. Because we play it live, and I think we do like a great version of it, or his version is really great. And I had never actually even heard the original. I just thought it was a great song. So I was like, dude, next time we do an album, we got to put that on there. And so about a month later, I get a phone call from him. He's like, hey, so they want to do that song on the Horton Records thing or whatever, and would you want to come play drums on it since you suggest that we do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll be there. So.
Yeah, I couldn't record it without having him on it since we'd already talked about doing it. So.
Yeah, or we do it twice.
Yeah, which is fine too. We can do that.
Yeah, whatever. Getting there and seeing it, because I'd never actually been there. It was kind of like you walk in and you can kind of smell that, spirit in there. You can smell like that old wood and kind of what had been their history. That's kind of awe-inspiring for me to walk in and be ready to play a session, something like that, where you've got that kind of history. So for me, that's what it was.
Yeah, and this group of guys, it's always going to be a good hang, and there's no nervousness up front or anything. You just go in and get after it.
I started playing Club Nitro when I was 15, and it was a punk rock scene back then, so it was totally different. But I've always felt like Tulsa has that need for the original music, always. Like it's always been here. And people are surprised when I tell them I go somewhere else and say, we've got a great live music scene. Like, like Tulsa? Like, yeah, no. It's like a great scene. Like people really want to go see original music. They want to hear it. They want to hear new things. They like going to the club to see that stuff. And you can see live music 7 days a week.
Yeah, I think it's because I've said it 1,000 times, everybody's friends in this scene. And they're not like that in a lot of other scenes. Even the older generation, they're all friends. The younger generation are all friends, and the older and younger are friends together, and you just don't see that with no competition, no egos and stuff. I think that's kind of a big part of why it is the way it is. Everybody helps each other out a lot.
I did make Patty play tambourine on the song I recorded drums on, because I'm terrible at percussion. In fact, whenever I first got an offer for Leon's band, Brian Lee's like, hey, I've convinced Leon to get a percussion player, so go get some percussion. And I was like, no. I'm not a percussion player. It is totally different. You can't do that. Just throw a drummer behind, congas and go do it, because they play opposite stuff. So that was like, I had the offer for Leon like a year before I got the job, but it was for percussion. So I told Patty, I was like, I'm terrible with percussion. Will you put tambourine on it? He's like, sure.
There's some incredible songs on it, and it just shows just what there is around here. Pretty meaningful to me though, to be part of it. So. Really glad to be part of it.
Sometimes you got to have faith like a blind man standing in the middle of the road. Sometimes you got to have faith like a blind man standing in